Welcome to the underground, you rebel scum. This is the American Expat, and yes, this is the new channel, The Great Tongue. So I'm speaking to you from The Great Tongue, brand new channel. This is our fourth video here. And some of you have started to find us, which is great. So I've been looking at the news today, and it looks like the top story is that, this Luigi character who has been accused of taking out or ending the CEO over there at United Healthcare has lawyered up. And now that guy is saying that he is not guilty. Anyway, let's grab a caffeinated beverage or whatever it is you like, and we'll talk more about this. Thanks for sticking with us. Before I get too far into the video, I want to encourage each of you to share this out with your friends. If you enjoy this sort of thing, what we talk about on this channel, chances are your friends do too. They're your friends after all. They like similar things. Or even if they just like making fun of this stuff, hey, let them know that we're out here. And now let's get into this. So yes, he's lawyered up. This is not a pro bono lawyer. It's not the public defender, which to me means that his wealthy family has probably hired the lawyer. Apparently there was a missing persons report out for him for the past little while since all of this took place. I guess since a bit before all of this happened. But I get the feeling that the Luigi guy didn't hire the lawyer, that this is his wealthy family that's hired the lawyer, and that we're going to find out that he indeed did want to get caught, and he was trying to send a message, and now his wealthy family has stepped in to try and save him, even though he didn't want to save himself. That's just kind of the direction that I see this going, that maybe this isn't his choosing. But yeah, they're saying that there is no evidence tying him to the event that took place over there in New York. I I don't know. How did they find him? I'm hearing other podcasters saying that, he wasn't even on the list of potential suspects, but now he is the prime suspect. I know there's a lot of stuff on the internet saying that this is some kind of a psyop, or this isn't real, he's a patsy. I think that we're going to find out that he is the guy. Just my opinion. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments, but yeah, I think he is the guy. He did this thing, and he wanted to get caught. He wanted to make a statement of some kind, this weird ideologically driven thing. Yeah, there's some fake statements that have been released on the internet, but he had his own writings on him. Now, some people are saying that even that is fake, that maybe this guy saw what happened and decided that he would take credit for it so that he can make some kind of a statement, become some kind of a martyr. And I don't know if I believe that. I think, who am I? But I suspect that the lawyer and everything that he's saying is because he's getting paid a lot of money by Luigi's wealthy family. And that's where this is coming from. Now, there's some other stories also. Let's see. I saw this one. This was interesting. This is from the BBC. They're saying that the Syrian rebels are now burning Assad's father's tomb in his hometown. I thought that was interesting because it kind of plays into what I was talking about, that chaos is erupting. These people, we've now replaced a secular government. I know that it was a despot sort of government, not a good one, that the Assad regime, but now it has been replaced with chaos. A bunch of religious fundamentalists who have now taken over the country. Do you remember when that happened in Iran? Actually, I don't remember because I wasn't alive yet. But yeah, something like that happened in Iran. They had a secular government that was aligned with the United States, and religious fundamentalists took over the country. And since the 1970s, they've been a thorn in the side of the United States. I suspect that this is not going to result in Syria coming in line with the United States. I think that this is going to present a problem. The religious fundamentalists have a tendency toward not liking America. So I just don't see this as a good thing. So we backed these people. Then this is, I don't know what's going to come out of that, but it's not sounding good. It's sounding like Syria is going to become something of a hellhole. I guess it has been for the past few years, if you know about Aleppo and all of that. Not a pretty place to have to be, but now it's just going to be the whole place a big mess, and I don't see any end in sight. It's not like the United States is stepping in to bring order to the country. Maybe they will. Maybe the United States will at some point do that. I doubt it, but Russia's pulled out. Everybody's pulled out. It's just a mess. Now there's religious fundamentalists running the show, and somehow that's supposed to be a good thing. I don't see it as turning into something good. Let's see. Another interesting story that I saw. So there's a big fire in Malibu. Some of you are probably familiar with the name Dick Van Dyke. He did a few TV shows and such way back in the day. He was in Mary Poppins, I believe. He's in a number of Disney movies, or just those old movies, those classic movies. Well, he had to be evacuated from his home, as well as some other famous people who live over there in Malibu. It's a nice place, or at least it was before this fire. Yeah, I guess Malibu's being burned up. Boy, California, they always seem to be on fire, don't they? I keep thinking that at some point they're going to run out of forest to burn, as horrible as that sounds. But, that's just the way that I see it going. And then another story here, let's see, from CNN. Just a moment, there's somebody coming up to my car.
Hi.
Did you want to be on camera?
No.
Okay, no, thanks. She didn't want to be on camera, but she was anyway, as she walks by. Public space. Too bad. It looks like she's selling stuff. I never used to see this stuff. People selling things in parking lots. Not here anyway. Yeah, that's a little bizarre. I don't know. I mean, I in China, I had people hand me flyers and cards all the time, but I've never had anybody come up and try to sell me candy and gloves and stuff, which is what it seemed that she had, a box with like chocolate and stuff in there. I'm not against that, by the way. I actually think that that's something that there should be. Well, okay, maybe it should be a little bit better organized. A little bit better regulated, but I'm all about street vendors and all of that. I think it's an excellent way for people that are in more difficult financial situations to, lift themselves out of poverty. I've seen it in China. People have street, like food vendors, and they make enormous amounts of money out of it. I mean, it's hard work, but they do well, and eventually they move into like an actual brick and mortar restaurant. It's good in that way. I know some people think that it's ugly or it's not, good or it's dangerous, but like I said, if it has some level of regulation, not too much to the point where the people that benefit from doing that sort of business can no longer afford to do it. But yeah, I'm all about it. I just wasn't interested in buying that stuff while I'm doing this little video. I think she I wonder what she thought when she came up and saw the camera. Like, oh, no, I don't want to be on camera. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, let's see, CNN, I've got, I'm looking at the story, so I'm looking away. Oh, yes, this lady in Congress, Nancy Mace, I guess she was attacked. It has something to do with a bill about trans stuff. I'm a little confused. So there was a man that accosted her at the office buildings there for Congress, and it had something to do with that. The person's been arrested. There's been a report made. This is getting pretty crazy. Now, I will say this. I don't imagine that it was a man who's, what would you, like the hetero type guy. I don't even know what they call it anymore. There's so many weird phrases out there these days. But yeah, I don't think that it was one of those people. I think that it was probably someone who was against or is in favor of the trans, probably a trans individual. Probably, I mean, who else would be upset about this, right? The other people aren't being affected so much by it. I don't know what to make of all that. It's like the trans thing. Here's my my take on this, and I'm going to put this in here. I know it's controversial with some people, but it's never a problem with women going into the men's bathroom, right? You never hear about that. It's not women trying to play in men's sports. It's the other way around. It's always some guy trying to be in the women's bath. I don't know why people don't see this and, say, hey, this is kind of weird. This is kind of wrong. Why is it always this way and not that way? I mean, nobody would ever have a problem with that, but for some reason we have to let men into the women's bathrooms and men playing women's sports. But it's never a problem the other way around. You don't see a lot of that taking place. And even if it was, most men would just shrug their shoulders and say, well, whatever, I guess. But there's a problem, I guess, the other way around. It's just bizarre. Why are people fighting to have this? It's not. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If you can make sense of it, send me some comments or something below the video. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And with that, I think I better get out of this parking lot before somebody else comes up and tries to sell like flowers or something to me. Because, it's not a special day for me to give, well, any day. I guess you could give flowers to your spouse or something. But I do need to get back, so I better end this. I'll see you guys in the next one.
ไปพะวงหลงเฝ้าสาวเจ้าบางประกงพางวยงงหลงเกอ